Good morning. How are you guys doing? This morning, it's Friday morning, and Thursday nights are the worst for me because I always say I wish there was no Friday and like it went right into the weekend. That would be so cool. And last night, I got a wild hair and decided I was going to try and do my own fingernails, which you know what? That did not work very well. So I'm a little bit later today because I did my own fingernails last night, and then I woke up this morning and those fingernails I looked at them last night, I knew they were terrible and I had to take them off, right? But then when I woke up this morning, I was like, okay, let me get it into gear and get this off. And you would not believe, I still got a residue. If you look at my fingernails, I still have a residue of that dumb polish on my nails, and it looked terrible. I cannot polish my own nails. I've been going to the salon to get my nails polished for I don't know how long. So it's crazy to try to do it by yourself. I should put my lash serum on while I'm sitting here yammering, and that'd be like a great plan. You know what? Before I even put my lash serum on, though, you know what I'm doing? I'm combing out these lashes. Oh my God, these lashes are looking crazy this morning, and I couldn't get them to uncomb. Couldn't get the crap out of them. There we go. You see, I'm just combing them and get any, I was really coated up with mascara yesterday. So now what I'm doing is combing out my lashes and this is my favorite one. I didn't think that I would like this one. Can I say that? I did not think I would like this comb, but I actually do because I can go down with it and it just pulls the clumps out. So I guess everybody else doesn't like Friday morning either because Friday mornings, you're like, oh, one more day. If I make it through the day, the weekend starts, right? I need to do my brows. I think I'm grumpy too. I woke up grumpy. Not really grumpy, just weird, I do miss Leo. Everybody has all these dumb brow pencils and they're just the greatest, and actually they're not the greatest. They're pretty crappy. The best, I just have decided that one of the best brow pencils that I have is my Younique brow pencil. And everybody has all this mascara, but really some of the best mascara I have is my Younique mascara. Everybody's got something or some kind of gimmick that comes out, and you're like, oh, I got to try it, and I think it's wonderful, but once you get it, you're like, ugh, it's not as great as they make it sound. Okay, so today I'm wearing magenta, so we're going to have to do something with magenta. And look at this. Do you know what this is? This is called a broken fingernail. You see my fingernails, how long they are? Okay, so last night was the great fingernail fiasco. I'll call it the fingernail fiasco because what happened was I decided to polish my own nails last night. And do you know what? If you look at my nails, you see no polish on them, right? Because they looked so bad. I was like, oh my gosh. I've been going to get my nails polished for like a million years by somebody else. So yesterday, because we can't go out, I decided I'm going to polish my own nails. They were so horrendous. Have you ever tried to polish your own nails? Oh my God, it is not cute. I finally just gave up. I was like, forget it. So let's start cracking. We're talking about, we need to do our eyebrows. And a lot of times you see me in my brow palette doing my eyebrows. Well, I think my kid has my brow palette. So I have to do my eyebrows without my brow palette. And a lot of times I know how we are. Like when I first started doing stuff, I used to start doing my makeup, sorry. When I first started doing my makeup, I would be like, okay, I would watch people do their makeup. I would be like, oh, okay, I can go to the drugstore and get drugstore makeup and do the same thing they did. Okay, I know how people are. I'm not upset because I was the same way, right? They're like, if I get a really cheap makeup, I can get a really cheap makeup and I can get the same finish. I'm going to warn you right now, you cannot get the same finish if you don't get my products. But my favorite thing to do is my brow palette, right? And so my kid has taken my brow palette, which annoys the snarkies out of me, but that's okay. You know how kids are. So sometimes when this happens and our kids take our stuff, we have to just improvise. So today we're improvising. We're doing our brows after I take another swig of coffee because it's Friday morning and you guys know how I am. We're doing our brows and we're doing our brows without a brow palette, okay? We're going to just do our brows. We're going to use palette number 2. And we're going to use our brow pencil to get the effect that we want with our brows, okay? So I better get started, because if I don't get started, we're never going to get done, because you know me, I'll sit here and talk to you guys forever about all kinds of stuff. Now, most people like to use uh, like a brow thing. You know, I'll show you the things that everybody uses for their brows. And I do not use this for my brows because I just don't. Let me see. Like, of course, when I say I'm going to show you it, I can't find one. There's my fluffy crease brush. Let me put it over here because you know I'm going to want it. Oh, people love to use like these little things for their brows. I don't use that for my brows. People love to use this for their brows. I don't use that for my brows. I don't like this thing at the end because it's too big. This is why I'm like, this is my unique brow pencil. And if you look at it, it's a pencil on one end. And then this end, I like this because it's really thin. Good morning, darling. And you can do some great detail work with it, okay? That's why I say don't go to the drugstore. You know what? Can I say that when it comes to saving money, I am so frugal. So I see people all the time and I'm like, oh, I'm going to get that same effect and I'm going to go to the beauty supply store and it's going to look perfect. It does not look perfect and it does not work perfect. So you need something thin. Do you see how thin this pencil is? So you can define your brows. And you need a thin end just like this so that when you get into the front and you're doing that detail work, it comes out the way you want it to and it looks the way you want it to. Now, something I always do with my brows, I start at the top versus the bottom. This is just quirky and you don't have to do this. Good morning, baby. You don't have to do this like I do. I always start on my left side. And I tell you I start on my left side because if you look really closely, I have a really bad scar right there. So I use my left side to define what I want my right side to look like. Now that particularly you really don't need to do. I do that though because of that scar is so bad. And I can never get this one shaped right if I don't start with this one, okay? So let's go for it. Let's do it. Let's be crazy and get it done, okay? So I'm coming across the top because the top has all the defining lines on it. I don't understand why. Why is it that when we do brows, we always start at the bottom? Why? Because our top of our brow has our defining line. So we're going to use our defining line to see what we want our brow to look like. Okay, here we go. We're coming in. And you know I don't like angry brows. So people like to put a great big square there. I don't. I curve it because I like a soft, feminine eyebrow. I don't like all that other nonsense, okay? So, you see, I put the defining line there. Now I'm going to come from underneath. And when I come underneath, I'm going to be, before I start filling in, I draw a clear, concise line. So I see exactly what I want my filled-in eyebrow to look like. So let's do that. And I just feel like it's dark today. Okay. I don't want it like that. Let me see. Okay, here we go. We go up under the bottom. And I'm playing with my mirror too, you guys. I'm going up under the bottom. And just defining that. And it gets really thin right here. And that's the way I want it to stay. And that's what I want the shape of my eyebrow to be like, okay? And now that I got that shape, I'm going to pop over to the other side and I'm going to do the exact same thing. And then I'm going to pop back over to this side and start filling in, okay? So, let's go over here. And see how thin it is? I like my eyebrow really thin right there. And you'll see me, even when I start doing my concealer coming in, you'll see me come in and start just really defining that thin area right there. That's the way I love my brows. I always do them like that. They do not change. I do not do angry eyebrows. Since somebody said, why do you have angry eyebrows? And that's the truth. You ever see those square eyebrows that go all the way across? I don't want angry eyebrows. And other people can do that. That's cool. It's just not what I do, okay? And you have to find out what works for you. I'm going to show you how to do it. And then you figure out, do you want square? Do you want them more rounded? What do you like with your features, okay? So let's do this. Let's do this one. Remember, come across the top and define what you want your shape of your eyebrow to look like, okay? And I hope this isn't one of those kind of days where because that hump I can already tell that hump is too big. Did you see me? I just wiped it right off. I'm totally not doing one eyebrow up here. Have you ever seen that? It's so funny. Like you have one eyebrow up here and one down here. No, not today, Satan. I'm like, no, I do not want to do that today. So I want to make sure that they're sisters, not cousins. That means they need to look a lot alike. Okay, I'm defining that, and then I'm coming, and this is the scar that makes it hard for it to define. And if I can I get to a point sometimes where it's not filling in like it should. So when that happens, then I'll go ahead on and I'll get a jet black one. If I can't get it, it's one of those days where that scar tissue just is not working, I'll get one of my jet black pencils or my jet black pot, and I'll fill it in, okay? So let's go. And I might use jet black on my brows today for my brow, because we were doing brows without a brow palette. And you have the freedom to use a jet black. Let me stop talking so I can get this done. Okay, do you see that? I wasn't wishy-washy, I wasn't shaking. I drew one clear, concise line so that I know exactly what I'm filling it in. I'm gonna wear my black wig today. So I might use a little bit of black in my eyebrow because I am wearing the black wig, okay? Okay, so I'm bringing us down like this. And I'm filling in. And the scar is working okay for me today, so we're okay, all right? And I'm filling this one in. Now, I like the back of my eyebrow to be, just adding an extra line up here. I like the back of my eyebrow to be darker than the front of my eyebrow. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead on and we're gonna fill some in. And let me get, now, remember I said, make sure this is really important, because you know what, I get going, I say this, I get going and I'll just forget to put the lids on. Put the lids on your pencil so they don't dry out, okay? All right, so now we need to do, I use a really dark brown. I don't use jet black. So I'm in my, if you look, this is one of my favorite palettes. This is palette 2. So I'm in palette 2. And remember I said a lot of people use this kind of a brush to do them. I don't. The brush I use is so finite. It is so tiny because to me, it's detail work. And see, if you look at this khaki, it's so dark brown. You can use that khaki to get the color that you want on your brow. And unless you just have jet black, screaming black hair, you really don't need a jet black. So I just tap that in there, and I'm going to begin to fill this in. And make it even darker than it already is. Okay, and then I'm going to let that be for a minute because I really need to get cracking and get my concealer, get my dark circles covered up and all of that. And I should today because today I'm thinking about using my finger. Now, because we've already done our lash primer, or excuse me, we've already done our lash serum, we need our face primer. We always do our face primer. And this is a mattifying face primer. It works amazing. It gives you a matte finish and it moisturizes. So let's go and get that going. And I'm giving a thorough covering because I want my finish to be really nice, okay? I'm in love with this. This is the first time you're going to want to get your hands on this. It's a matte, it gives you a crazy great matte finish. And I'm telling you, you're going to just adore this. As soon as you try it, as soon as I tried it, I was like, oh my God, I love this so much. Now, I don't want to be all day because sometimes I do what? You guys know me. I go in. I'll be painting and painting and painting and painting, right? Today, I don't think I feel like doing that. So instead of using my brushes, I'm going to take this is my concealer, and I'm going to put it on my finger if I can get any of this one to come out. And I might not be putting it on my finger because I use so much concealer. This one is, there it goes. It's low. Okay, so I wanted to show you guys, if you do not have the brushes like I have, you don't have to come straight out the gate and get brushes. You can put your concealer on like that. Now, I like a heavier coat of concealer. So a lot of times will not put my concealer on like that. I use a brush. And I'm almost out of this one. So I'm really squeezing it really tight to get all of it out of here. And just tapping it in there and rubbing it in with my finger. The reason I'm doing that is because a lot of times when we start looking at makeup, we feel like, I gotta go and buy 100 things all at once. You do not have to go out and buy $10,000 worth of stuff all at once. You can improvise until you get the stuff that you need. Because if you look at it, it's pretty covered up, isn't it? It did a pretty good job, and all I did is use my finger. Okay? So let's go ahead on, and I'll show you the other side using a brush, okay? Let's go ahead on and get that other side done. And I gotta go over the top of my brow, because you know that, and I gotta get right up close, so I'm using a brush for that. And right up under my eye, because I got to get that really covered up. There. So overarchingly, I use for that part, I just use my finger. And it looks pretty good. You have to admit, you still get a really good finish, even if you don't use a brush. I will be honest and say I use my brush for everything. I really do not. And a lot of people come right in front and me and do that. No, I don't do that because I'm going to remember right before I put my hair on to finish up my eyebrows. If I don't remember, you guys have to remind me, be like, Baina, finish up your eyebrows, because I like to go in and draw the rest of it, okay? So how's your morning going? I'm feeling a little better this morning. I went to bed like super early last night, and I wasn't experiencing this intense insomnia that I've been feeling like restless and insomnia and all that stuff. It's been pretty good, so I've been pretty okay. You guys know I already put my face primer on because why? Because I don't want to. We're going to do the other side. I'm just going to dab it in and rub it in. I already put my face primer in because I already know that I'm going to wind up coming up and doing concealer over the top of my brow and everything, and I want my face primed before I do that. You always put your primer on, okay? So I started it out with my finger, and I'm coming in with my brush to finish it up because I want to make sure that it's right. I've already done my lash serum because I want these lashes to continue to grow and be bold and bold and bold. Good morning to you guys. How are you guys doing this morning? So it's weird if you're quarantining and you don't have anybody. Like, everybody's quarantining, right? And I feel like they're getting extra canoodling time in. Do you know what I mean? They like get extra time to be with their mate, to be close to. And I don't know how people are with their mate, but it's kind of strange. I don't have a mate. I call it a mate. And that's like somebody you already know you're gonna spend the rest of your life with. And I've never really had that. So it's strange for me, the fact that I'm completely alone during this quarantine. How are you guys doing with that? How are you doing with being completely alone during the quarantine? Oh my God. So it's very interesting for me. And I always talk about the fact that I really have not spent a lot of time alone because I have so much family. I have really been showcasing for the last few days. I've really been showcasing our stick foundation. So today, I got to get this off my finger. But today, I want to really go in and showcase I'm trying to think. I think I want to use I'm low-key getting all the, because I never use my finger for anything. I'm trying to think if I want to use stick or what I want to use. I like the finish that the stick foundation gets. Let's do stick again today. And then maybe next week, because today's Friday. So next week, I'll come out the gate doing the whatchamacallit. Okay? And I might I'm going to use a darker color. I'm going to do Chanel Stick Foundation. See? I'm going to use Chanel Stick Foundation, and I'm going to come through with my Charmeuse, which is what I put on my eyes. How about that? So I'm just going through. It's a deeper brown that I'm using. And I am going to be doing some contouring today. Okay, you do need your kabuki brush for this. And right now, kabuki brushes are on sale, okay? This stick foundation, when you see it, it's going to be amazing. The finish you get on it is amazing. I want to show you. That's why I've been showcasing it, because I had never heard of stick foundation and before I started using Younique products. But I'm telling you, this stick foundation is absolutely amazing. Look at the finish you get. It's just absolutely flawless when you use this foundation. And I'm using my kabuki brush just to blend it in. And I'm going to come through and I'm going to do some highlighting, because you guys know I always do some highlighting, right? And Chenille used to be my favorite color, but now Charmeuse is my favorite color. So if I use Chenille, beautiful, isn't it? Okay, so if I use Chenille, I usually come in with my Charmeuse and do my highlighting. Nice. Look at that color, it's amazing. And I do not want to get this on my nice new necklace. If I'm wearing a V-neck, I go like that, so I get a little bit of the same color down here. And voila. Beautiful brown, isn't it? It's gorgeous. Now, let's do a little bit of, because I use Chenille, instead of using, if I use Charmeuse, then I use Chalice or Khaki. But I use Chenille, so I'm going to use Charmeuse, which is one color up, just to do up under my eyes. So. And you don't need a lot of that stick foundation. So let me get this brush. I got a lighter brush and I'm going to throw it and then blend with it. How about that? Oh my gosh, it's crazy. Let me see. All right, there's my brush that I threw. Okay, let's do some blending with this one, okay? I'm just lightening up that in the areas that I wanted a little bit lighter in. See? Up under my eyes. See? Very subtle, but it works. Now, I'm going to go through and seal all of this. And normally you guys see me go through and just seal a little bit of it, but I'm going to do a heavy coat of powder on this. So I'm getting this is my Touch Behold, and it's loose. And I'm going to get the big brush this time to do it with. Okay, and I got to tap. Tapping it off. I got a really heavy coat of foundation on my face for heavy coverage. So I really coating it. I'm really getting it in there with this powder and setting it. I need some more. Now I'm trying to decide what colors I'll wear today. I'm looking at all my palettes, my Addiction. These are nice. I love this rainbow palette. I don't use it as much as I thought I would. I'm gonna wear today, and don't look at it. This is my Addiction palette 6. It's a little bit messy because I've used it so much. But I'm going to wear that today because I'm wearing a lovely magenta. I think I'm wearing that. Let me double check and see if I got a better magenta to wear with it. And I'll take pictures later. And I think I'm going to wear shoes later because, actually, no, I think I'm going to wear this palette. This is cute. I'm using this palette today. Okay? Are we ready to get cracking? We're going to do something really super easy today. We're going to do I'm trying to think which color. Hold on, I know what we're doing. Let me get my fluffy crease brush. I'm going to start out, I'm going to use, I think, I'm trying to decide. I love this purple, but I always use purple, so I'm trying to wear something besides purple. I love this one, I love this one, I love this one, I love this one. Which one do you guys think? Give me comments real quick because I have to figure out. And this gold is to die for, isn't it? Don't you just love this gold? It's just so pretty. I could do like a V with this and then fill in with this. What do you think? Because today I want to just showcase that you only need a couple. Honestly, you don't have to go super deep and you can add something extra, right? So you could do, I could do a V with the purple and then fill in with this and add a splash of the white on that. What do you think? That sounds good to me. So let's go for that. What we're going to do is we're going to do a V with the purple. I'm going to show you how to do that V, okay? Then we're going to fill in with this, and we're going to add a splash of white in the corner, okay? Let's do that. Here's a little brush. I have a tiny brush. It's not my fluffy crease brush, okay? And I'm just getting that purple right on there, and I'm putting it right into my crevice of my eye, and I'm building, it's like a little V. Okay, I'm putting it into the crevice of my eye. I don't like this one as much, even though it's really fluffy. I like it for putting it in the corner of my eye, but I don't like it for building the V. So I'm gonna set this aside, and I'm gonna show you I have a flatter brush I like to use for the V. Okay, this is a flat brush. I take it and I'm touching that purple, and I'm coming in because I want you guys to know if you want a really simple look, and I'm just doing a little V like that, okay? And coming up over. Okay, let me get my purple again over here, and I'm just doing a little V so it comes in and coming up over and in my crevice, right, with that purple. Okay, all right, now I'm going to grab the magenta, and I'm going to use this silver right here in the corner to give it a little pop. Okay, let me get clean this off. I gotta clean this off. And I gotta clean this one off that I was using because I'm gonna use the magenta. And I'm gonna put the magenta right here. I'm doing a rainbow. It's kind of a bright rainbowy look today. Something bright for Friday, so our Friday goes good. What do you think about that? We need a good Friday. Oh my gosh. Last weekend for me was horrible, so I'm hoping that this weekend is better. It was so bad. I hope I never have another weekend like that as long as I live. Good morning, Miss Lily. How's my baby this morning? You're a little cutie. Okay. You see that? So that's going to match my magenta. And I'll take pictures later so you guys can see what I'm wearing, right? I really like that. Now, I have a purple here. I'm going to sneak and add just a little drop of this purple on my eyes, okay? Look at this color. It is so cool. I want to add it right in here. It just adds a little sparkle. I like it. I just need a little sparkle or something. You guys, you know I'm crazy about sparkles, right? So I need a little bit of sparkle for my Friday morning. So I'm adding this, and then we'll do some blending into because the other purple I'm using is flat. This is more of a sparkle, more vibrant. Okay. Now, We need to blend that some. Let me let it dry. I'm going to blend it a little bit in a minute. And then we're going to go in and we're going to put some silver in there or some more sparkle to make it look really nice, okay? And remember, we're in palette 5 because before I was going to go into a different palette, but I'm actually in palette 5. Now, while that's doing that, I'm going to remember, because remember, I always forget to do this and I forget to show you guys this process. Let me get back into my palette 2 because we said, what if we have to do our brows and we don't have a brow palette? So I'm in palette 2. Most of us we have darker hair. In palette 2, you could use this one or you could use a dark jet black, but I always use this one, like a dark brown. Okay, and I'm taking this, it's a little end, and actually I'm not going to take that. I'm going to take my favorite brow pencil. Where's it at? This is why I like this. If you look at this brow pencil, I take it and I roll it into that dark, okay? And I come up here and begin to just draw the hairs up that on my eyebrow. You see that? I roll right here. And this is if you ever find yourself without a brow palette. Now, right now we have brow palettes on sale, and if you buy them, you get actually the brow palette and the tool. But if you ever find yourself and you don't have a brow palette, you can still build sexy eyebrows. Okay? So we're drawing these up so we get the look that we want. Okay? Let me get from this way. And I was trying to do it so you can see it, but you can see it right when I do this, right? Okay, you see that? We just drew it up like that. I'm rolling it again, and I'm drawing it up like that. Now, that one's looking kind of wild, right? So you're like, oh my God, one of them's wild and one of them's not. You come in with your concealer. Remember I said we use concealer for everything, okay? Let me get, because I don't have enough concealer on there to conceal. Look. I put it on here and I come across. Just come across with it. And I have a brush that's especially for pulling that concealer out. Like if you have to come in and add concealer, get your brush and pull it out so it blends really well, okay? Now, let me get my thing that I'm working with again. This is the tool I'm working with, okay? And I'm just drawing the lines, the hairs up, okay? You see those brows? It's perfect. I want to add, I think I'm going to add just a little bit more brows on this side because it's a little bit thinner. So I'm going to take my brow pencil and just fill in a little bit. Okay? Or actually, I don't even have to use my brow pencil. I can use this and watch. There. Okay. Now, let me get, this purple I'm sure is dry now. So let me get my fluffy crease brush. This is my favorite, my fluffy crease brush. Those are on sale right now too. Make sure you get in and check out my products, you guys, because we have some amazing stuff on sale right now. Okay, and I'm just doing a little bit of blending with that because it looked really loud, right, when we did it? But it's not really. Okay, now I'm still in palette 5. And I need to do something in the corner of my eyes that pops. So I can use a silver or I can use sparkles. I'm gonna use silver. So I gotta get my teensy tiny brush to do that. You see this brush? That's the one I use. So I'm just dabbing this in to my silver and I'm going right here. See? And right here. And opening up the eye with that silver. Okay? You see it? Right here. And right here. And opening up the eye with that silver. Okay? Just to give it a little extra something. Alright? Now, trying to think, do I want anything else in there? I want a lighter color across the top, so I'm trying to see which lighter color I want to use across the top. I love these palettes because these are all the colors that look good together. I'm trying to think what I would like across the top. I think I'm going to add a little bit of the bronzy. That goes right across the top with my fluffy crease brush. kind of a rainbow today. Okay. And I gotta get myself in gear because I know it's already getting late. All right. Now. Let me get, what else do I want to do today? Do I want to wear eyeliner today? You guys got to give me feedback so I can figure out whether I'm doing eyeliner today or not. I want to find a color that matches my pants. And I'll take a picture today so you can see which color. That's not it. That's not it. I'm looking at lippies. That's not it. I love, this is really close. I have a lip stain that I really like. I'm looking for it. I'm also, you know what else I'm looking for? Look at this color. Oh my God, it's so vibrant. It's a lip stain. I'm also looking at what if I go with a natural, but I think I'm going to go with this. Let me see what it looks like on, because like I said, it's a lip. I don't know if I want to do, it's kind of wild. Look how, I can't do it. It's too bright. We have to just do it another day. Because I don't want it to be like I use it and then it ruins my, oh, I found one. Okay, hold on. Let me put these on. These lippies are so cute. I like that lip color. Okay, now I have to clean that up because I don't want my lips, I cannot stand my lipstick to be outside of my lipstick area. So let's grab our concealer. That concealer, I'm telling you, it's the gift that keeps on giving. One tube and you got enough for everything. Okay. And we're going to use our stick foundation, our darker one, because we haven't used it yet, right? I'm going to use, the only reason I'm going to use it is right here today. See? I just popped it right in the middle right there to add extra, like it makes your lips look more full, okay? So I just popped that darker one right in the middle. And I use a tiny, tiny brush just to do like this. And it gives more of a heart shape to your lips. And I want my nose, I want to do just a little bit of contouring with my nose. So I'm going to get this and I'm going to use this brush because I'm going to show you. Good morning, Miss Beautiful Janet. I miss you. Okay, now I'm coming on this side and doing it. The same, okay? We got to figure out which wig we're wearing today because I got like a zillion of them. You know, I'm like a wig fanatic. All right. Now, also, I want to go in and I want to add a little bit to enunciate my cheekbones. So instead of using my other one, I'm going to use today my Cypress. Because I'm showing you a couple different palettes and how to use them. I'm going to use my Cypress, and if you look, see, and I'm just swirl. Remember the 2-finger rule. What's the 2-finger rule? 2 fingers. I broke this nail. You know what? That's true. I had never used it. Have you? I had never used it until I started working for Younique. It probably has, but I was a little bit behind the times, you know? Anyway, so I'm just going up a little bit here. And we have a sale on stick foundation right now that is, oh my God, to die for. So make sure you get your stick foundation. And if you need to be color matched, let me know because I can color match it. All right, let's do our lashes because we want to have long, sexy lashes, right? So we always do our lash primer. You don't need to coat it with a zillion tons of lash primer. You're just going to do, we're going to do a light little coat. So We've already done our Epic Lash Serum on it, so our lashes continue to grow, right? So now we're just preparing our lashes for what? For our mascara. And today I'm wearing, I call them my unicorn colors because they're so bright. But I'm wearing those because I have my unicorn pants on. They're so bright. And I'll take pictures so you guys can see my outfit. But I can't promise to wear shoes because I hate wearing shoes. And since I'm working from home, guess what? I don't have to. I just don't wear them. And I want to wear, today, I really like this one wig that I have. I'm going to show you this wig that I adore that I want to wear. I have a bunch of them, but I think today I'm going to wear this one again. I really like it. This one is turning out to be my favorite one, so we'll probably wear that one again today, okay? So I'm just pulling it down and getting ready. All right. Really? Oh my God, that is so cool. My mom never wore makeup. I said, Mom, when I got older, how come you never wore makeup? I always wanted to know about everything, you know? I'm so nosy. What I'm doing is blending around my lips. I like my lips to look perfect, so I take my concealer and I go around my lips so I have a straight, perfect line. Can I tell you a secret? Nobody ever does perfect lipstick. What they do is they do their lipstick and then they take a brush that's the same color as their foundation and go around their lips. And it makes it look like they did perfect lipstick. But honestly, nobody does perfect lipstick. So now I'm pulling that color out so it blends well. The concealer that I just put on there. All right, now I am definitely wearing mauve today. Either I can wear my a la mode or my mauve. And I really kind of want to wear a la mode because it's got like a silvery thing to it. And I've got that tint. And it looks like this. But when you put it on, it looks completely different. So let's try that. I'm trying to think of where's my blush brush. Here it is. I love this brush for my blush. See this? Okay, so I'm just swirling it in here and giving it, see? It's a little sparkle. I like a little sparkle. Do you like a little sparkle? And I might come in behind that and do a little bit of mauve. Actually, I don't think I will. I do like that. It gives it just a nice little tint, okay? I love this brush. I'm going to show you the brush that I love. That's on sale right now. And I'm going to do this, just a little bit of blending right here. And our lashes should be dry now. So let's go ahead on and put some mascara on those babies. So they're rocking. Jet black. You know, I have my 4D, and this 4D sold out nationwide in 3 hours when we released it. And I like it, but I like it at nighttime when I'm going out. So during the day, I usually just wear my Epic. I really like the Epic mascara. Okay, so I'm pulling it. Remember I said we just set and do a gentle roll. Don't coat it like sometimes I used to be like, oh my God, it was just crazy. And I'm going to comb those lashes again because they're being funky right there. You see the separation? I cannot stand the separation in my lashes. Let me get my comb, my lash comb. And I take this and I just go straight down with it so that they separate and act the way I want them to. And if there's any clumpies on it, it pulls the clumpies off of them because I cannot stand clumps on my lashes. You guys know how I am. Okay. And if they are still being stubborn like this one, then I'm going to come through. I have a big, it's like a rake, and I'm going to do them with that in a second. Okay. And I'm just getting in there and getting every one of those little lashes coated. Hold on, let me try with this. This one is just ticking me off. Do you see it? It's clumpy. There we go. And they didn't want to separate. All right. How's your mom doing, Janet? All right, let me do the next one. And then we're going to put our hair on. And I think that we are there. We got our look for today. And I can tell by the light in my window that it's just about time for me to go to work anyways. And I've been sitting here chit-chatting with everybody for a minute. So I got to get my little self together and do... Nice, huh? Nice lashes. I have a little spot of dark, and I always like to show you guys when I get a little spot of dark, because I want you to know that when you get that dark on your on your eye, do not go in immediately to clean it up, because if you do, it's gonna smudge and it's not gonna look right. So what you do is you wait, let it dry, and then come in later and do it, okay? Now, today I said I'm gonna wear I think I'm wearing jet black. I think we're good as far as appearance. Let's try on our jet black hair, because if I don't like my jet black hair, and I need some perfume. If I don't like, I love this. It's so cute. It's like a little body thing that I always wear. Okay, if the jet black does not look good, then we're going to do, if the jet black doesn't look good, we're going to go with a brown wavy. So let me see. Let me grab her. See how she looks. And I don't know if I have my brush down here, which annoys the snikes out of me, because then I'm like, if I don't have my brush down here and it doesn't look nice, I'm gonna be so upset. I have a brush, but I don't have my favorite brush down here. So you guys might have to wait till later for me to look like I have a, look for my wig to look less hairy. Okay, let me see. See, I told you. And it's just going, she's going every which way. Let me see. I don't really like this brush for my wigs, but I'll use it, okay? What do you think? Let me know what you think. Okay, so this is the look I'm going with for today. Tell me how you like it. Let me know what things you have questions about. Please do not try to go to a drugstore and get the products that are similar to what I use and then use those to get the look that I get. We have some great sales going on right now. Make sure you message me. And if you order anything, I'm offering 10% off on whatever you order. If you order something this morning, I'm going to post my website up in a minute, okay? Let me know how you like this wig today. You guys have an amazing day. Let me show you my eye so you can see me. All right, I love you. Bye.